Peace, peace. Back on the lesson. We're going to be talking about the chronology of time. How long has the black man been on the face of this earth? Now, we already know they cannot date niggas. Okay? Now, we already know that the black man and woman came with the concept of God, on why you believe in God. Okay? These are questions that you need to ask. Right? Now we're gonna take a journey down the timeline. And to start off, I want to start off with this quote from Denzel Washington. Don't quote me Bible passages. Prove it to me.
You know is what you can prove. It's not what you know. It's what you can prove. It's not what you know. It's what you can prove. Yeah. What can you? Yeah. What can you prove, huh? What can you prove, huh? Not what you know. It's what you can prove. It's not what you know. It's what you can prove. Yeah. What can you prove, huh?
That's the question. What can you all prove? Don't come on here quote me Bible passages. What can you prove? Can you prove to me, because I'm going to do a lesson on reincarnation. Can you prove that reincarnation is true? Don't open up a book, because don't crack a book open and say, oh, I got it out of a book. Because everything we learn within our life, from childhood on up, we learn to read it in books. Nobody is born with this knowledge. You have to learn this stuff. Learning and observation. So, the second N-word, niggas. Okay? And this is the star, the once and future star by Manikanowski. Proof of the word NGR is very ancient. It says that such is the question of the word nigger. Dictionary state it is a Latin word. However, theologists, linguists who study ancient writings found on stones and pyramids and caves date the word back to 30,000 BC. Latin is dated back only circa around 500 BC. So you got 30,000 BC. What's going on around 30,000 BC? What time frame is that? So you got 30,000 BC. What's 30,000 BC? 30,000 BC is the Bronze Age. 30,000 BC is the Bronze Age, right? 3,300 to 1,200 BC, Anatolia, Caucasus, Elam, Egypt, the Levant, Mesopotamia, Canaan, late Bronze Age. This around time of Moses. This Abraham time, right? But we predating that. It says nigger. You can't date this word. It's the oldest word. Nigger is the oldest word of record in the world. It's even in the Bible. Nigger or naga, which all means king, chief, queen, goddess, or divine one. The greeting of nigger or nigger and nigger was prevalent and the same as brother in the U.S. until the 1940s. So from the beginning of time all the way up until the 1940s, black folks were known as niggers. The Egyptians were known as Negroes, as niggers. It is not a white word, nor a Latin word. It existed before white people or any other people had a written language. Now, I'm gonna tear that Bible apart. You're not gonna like me. You can call me an atheist, all of that stuff. I don't care. Let's keep on going. What am I proving? Niggas. The title of Supreme Ruler of Abyssinia. It says here that Nigritia or Nigritia. It says niggas. It was the title that the inhabitants of the center of the dark continent, meaning where no white man had gone before, called their leader, and therefore white folks could not have taught them their name. It says no white folks had told them what to call anybody at any time, anywhere. This word nigger or niggas, whatever vowel Western man or the white man puts in it, was handed down to them from their ancestors, meaning king or chief. Would you like to see the word nigger being used over 5,000 years ago? Take a look at this excerpt from a book by George Manikowski, quote, The Once and Future Star, a non-fiction. What is non-fiction? Meaning real life. A non-fiction book about a star that appeared in 6000 BCE, written on ancient tablets. What is ancient tablets? The Sumerians, black folks. But let's do this. So now you got black folks writing on ancient tablets, and this man found a star that dates back to 6000 BCE. Okay? And what time frame is that around? So you got in between this time frame, you got 1300 BC, 600 BC, 3300 BC, 1200 BC, somewhere in this time frame, right? There's Mesopotamia, Babylon, whatever, right? But, and you got Egypt. So you got black folks building the ziggurats. Ain't no white folks around this time doing this stuff. No Neanderthals. And we're going to prove that as well. So you got the ziggurat of Ur. The ziggurat of Ur, they say it's Sumerian. The structure was built during the early Bronze Age. We just looked at the Bronze Age, right? And here's your so-called ziggurat. Okay? This is a structure that they built. Okay? This is the Neo-Babylonian time frame, right? And they this is a reconstruction of that, okay? And they was building this stuff. Okay? Now, this is where so-called Abraham supposedly came from. Babylon or Sumeria, right? This is on the continent of Africa. And they say that they have a star that was dated to 6000 BCE. And what did they date the Sumerians? What did they date them as? But the white man put that name on them. Sumeria. Okay? And they are dated between, they say, the tested era from 3000 BC. Okay? Somewhere in that time, that's what the white man says. And they are writing on clay tablets. Okay? They write it on clay tablets. Post-Sumerian, 1700 BC. Archaic, or the oldest, meaning old, 31st to the 2600 BC. Okay? And let's go here into this book right here. 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. And it says here that the oldest and most noted statue in the world bears the face of a Negro. It is the Sphinx of Giza, which was worshipped as Horus or Haru, or Hamachis, the sun god of light and life. So it was erected about 5000 BC. This is around the same time the Sumerians. This is around that time frame. 5000 BC. So you got 5000 BC. You got all this stuff going on within a particular time frame, and they date Abraham at what? 1650 BC. This is predating the Bible. When did they date Abraham? They say he's in a resting place of cave, in the cave of Machpelah. Why is it going back to the cave? Like he's a caveman. And what did they date Abraham as? What did they date him as? Because he's in the bronze. They have him in the Bronze Age. Torah or Bible. Now they come out with junk like this. You guys think they have this preserved? Get the hell out of here. Let me see, what are they dating? They dating stuff like 1650 BC, BCE, 50 BC, or 1540 BC, somewhere in that time frame. But the pyramid's already built before Abraham even come on the scene. Right? And let's keep on going. And what else does it say? Okay. One second. Play it again for you.
Nothing. What can you prove? It's not what you know. It's what you can prove.
Now, let's keep on going here. Ethiopians, that is Negroes, gave to the world the first idea of right and wrong, and thus laid the basis of religion and all of true culture and civilization. You see that? Who are Ethiopians? Black folks. Negroes. So, Ethiopians gave black folks, Ethiopians who are Negroes, gave the world the first idea of right and wrong, and thus laid the basis of religion. So the Ethiopians taught the Egyptians. The Egyptians were black folks. Now, let's take this and transfer it over to here. And we're going to go back here to the creation of religion and the concept of God in ancient Egypt. So Egypt and Ethiopia are right next door to each other. And I read it before, I'm going to read it again. Today, the name of God is a household word in every religion and language around the world. Even people that do not believe in God and religion have the concept of God in the recess or the back of their minds and disbelief. Most Christians do not know how this God came to be because the apostolic fathers of Christianity never wanted it to be known that the foundational concept of God was created by black people that were the ancient Egyptians or the Ethiopians. Most European scholars have long known that black Africans or black people created the concept of religion and God. What did this just say? What did this just say? So I'm proving all things. Ethiopians, that is Negroes, gave to the world the first idea of right and wrong, and thus laid the basis of religion. Black folks came up with the concept of God. So if black folks came up with the concept of God, who is God? God is man. Man is God. So who gave Moses the commandments? Another man. But God didn't speak anything in the Bible. Man spoke for God because man made God up. I'm proving this. Let's keep on going. You all are in a hypnotic trance. You are in a spell, and you can't shake it. You are so afraid of death. You don't want to die. You want to live forever. You're afraid of death. You think you're gonna go burn in hell. So it says here that most European scholars have known that black Africans created the concept of God and religion. However, not many have had the courage and honesty to credit these black Africans or black people with such creation. At least one scholar credited the Africans with creating the concept of religion, and he did so powerfully. Okay, so I read this already before. So Peter Eckler, he's a Jew, points out that a group of ancient imaginative. What does ancient? Means old, archaic. A group of ancient imaginative. What is imaginative? That means imagination. Like you have an imaginary friend. Like who the hell are you talking to? Oh, I have an imaginary friend. That's what they did. And superstitious people created a system of religion that still mystifies the greatest religious minds of the civilized world today. Guess who these ancient, imaginative, and superstitious people were? They were black people. What is worthy of note is that this quotation is that Peter Eckler was a Jew. His are the people that have claimed before Europeans that they created the concept of religion and godliness for over 2,000 years. However, he knew better. This quotation is therefore like a confession, as he wonders how such a great invention could have come to black people, a race of superstitious but imaginative people. You see that? If it wasn't for black folks, you would not even believe in God. You would not even believe in heaven or hell. Anytime you crack open a book, every time you crack open a book, and you say that God said this in the Quran, or God said this in the Bible, or God said this in the Book of Mormon, or God said this in the Veda scriptures, or God said this in the Sumerian clay tablets, black folks came up with it. Now, let's jump on over here to the ancient Isman and Ahanta people in Mesopotamia. So your so-called Sumerians were never called that. Somebody put that name on them, on these black people. Just like how they did with niggas. We were always known as niggas since the beginning of time, but then somebody came along and changed our name. Who changed our name? The white man, the Neanderthal, the Caucasian. Let's go back here. So they called it Samaria. They called them Sumerians, but they were never called it. And they had a tribe. They have tribes. Western historians have continued to show their lack of linguistics and cultural backgrounds have led to the gross distortion and misinterpretation of other people's history around the world. For example, when Western historians and agriculturalists could not identify the people that created the cuneiform writings, this writing, cuneiform, they cannot, for example, when Western historians and archaeologists could not identify the people that created the cuneiform writings they found around the Persian Gulf, they arbitrarily gave these unidentified people the hypothetical name Sumerians. What does hypothetical mean? That means a guess. You guess when you hypothesize something, or you give a hypothesis, you're not sure. You're guessing. We don't have time for guessing. You can have if you want to keep on guessing. That's you. I'm not guessing nothing. I want to know. Hypothesis. A supposition or proposed explanation made on the basis of limited evidence as a starting point for further investigation. So they had limited evidence. They didn't even have the evidence to prove that what they called the people of Sumerians, that wasn't even it. They were never called that. Let's keep on going. So you got here that today the ancient name Isman is written Enzima. So who is Enzima? Enzima. The Enzima. The Enzima people, or the Enzima language. This is South Africa. The Enzima people are an Akan people. Okay? This is in Ghana. It's different people. Different tribes. Okay? So you have the Enzima, right? The Ahanta. This is where Abraham is coming from. Abraham is coming from these people. And he goes on to say that researchers who would like to go to study or verify this discussion from these people should go to Ghana. But like what he just said, Ghana. And ask for the Enziman people. He says, apart from my personal Enzima friends, the greatest Enzima personality the world may remember was Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana. It says definitely Abraham did not come from the Isman or the Eastman tribe, because in my linguistics and my cultural research, I found that the patriarchs of the ancient Jewish people carried different tribal names other than the names of the Isman people or the Akkadians. The Isman people called Ezekiel. The Isman prophet called Ezekiel, however, was among the people who wrote the documents of the Old Testament. Can you guess what this name has been transposed to in the Bible? So you have a prophet called Ezekiel that's a part of this Isman tribe. And his name was Ezekiel. So Ezekiel is your prophet Ezekiel in the Bible. Let's look up this. Let's look this dude up. Ezekiel. Ezekiel. E-Z-E-K-E. He's an old, he said, Isman prophet called Ezekiel. Let's look at the E-N-Z-I-M-A-N. E-N-Z-I-M-A-N. Okay, nothing's coming up. Okay, so you got that, and you have Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Okay, and you have the Ahanta people. Okay. Now, let's do this. Let's go to Ahanta. So you have the Ahanta people. The Ahantas are Akan people. Ahanta is also believed to have come from the Fante word Hata, which matches with Yinda, which means to dry or warm oneself after being wet or cold, but geographically, the true definition of Ahanta is the land between Pra and the Ankoba rivers. Okay? Now, I went over this yesterday. And why is it Enzima is a capital N? Just like with this. But let's keep on going. Now, so let's do some backtracking in history. Let's do some backtracking in history. So we go into the Bronze Age. The Bronze Age is around the time of Moses, right? So you got the Bronze Age is a historical period by the use of bronze and in some areas proto-writing and earlier features of urban civilization. Okay, so their dating man, the oldest their dating man is, I want to say, in biblical terms or whatever, is at around this time frame, 3500 to 1200 BC, around Egypt, Elam, the Caucasus, Anatolia, the Levant, Mesopotamia, and things like that. Then you get to the Indian subcontinent, the Indus Valley civilization. Those are black people. Then you got Europe, okay, 3200 to 600 BC, right? But we already said in this book right here, in the introduction, that the Europeans, they weren't doing a damn thing. Let me see. That's not this one. This book right here, Iceman Inheritance. Let's see. I think it's in this one. Okay. Introduction. We look at the chronology of world history, we discover that the first real show of European literary intelligence surfaced around 1250 BC. 1250 BC. Okay? So you got 1250 BC and somewhere around that time frame. That's when we became literate, whatever you want to call it. No, 1250 BC, depending on your source. R.R. Palmer and Joe Colton, they tell us that Europeans were by no means the pioneers of human civilization. Half of man's recorded history had passed before anyone in Europe could read or write. The priests of Egypt began to keep written records between 4000 to 3000 BC. But more than 2,000 years later, the poems of Homer were still being circulated in Greek city-states by word of mouth. Shortly after 3000 BC, while the pharaohs were building the first pyramids, Europeans were creating nothing more distinguished than huge garbage heaps. Ironically, like the pyramids, they still endure and are known by archaeologists as kitchen middens and things of that nature. Okay, so I read this before, right? And let's keep on going. Let's go back in time. So we got the Bronze Age just around this time frame. 3500, BC to 500 BC to 600 BC, and even 10,000 BC. So you got the the Gobi Desert, or Gobekli Tepe, or something like that, right? Black. So you got Gobekli Tepe, right? And this is the Anatolia region in Turkey, right? And this is going to the Neolithic period, Okay? And this is founded at, say, 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC, pre-pottery, Neolithic. Okay? But we want to go further than this. So we're going to the Stone Age. So you got the Stone Age was a broad prehistoric period in which stone was used widely to make implements with an edge, a point or precurgent surface. The period lasted roughly 3.4 million years and ended between 8700 BCE and 2000 BCE with the advent of metalworking. Stone artifacts include tools used by modern humans and by their predecessor species in the genus Homo. Now, who's giving these people that's living in the Stone Age these names? Like Homo erectus and Australopithecus. Who's naming these people this stuff? White folks. So you got the Paleolithic and things of that nature. Okay? And it says the Stone Age is the first period in three age systems of archaeology, which divides human technological prehistory into three periods: the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age. So what age are we in? We gotta be in the Iron Age, right? We gotta be in that area, the Iron Age, like 300 to 500 BC, right? We in the Iron Age. Bronze Age is past. We passed that. I'm quite sure we are. Let's go back to the Stone Age, and let's equate this with the sacred N-word. So niggas, you can't date this word. So, from my own observation, we're gonna date this word back to the Stone Age, and we're gonna go back here to here. Ethiopians, that is Negroes, gave the world the first idea of right and wrong, and thus laid the base of religion and of all true culture and civilization. So black folks came with the concept of God, right? So they have people, and they call them Australopithecus, right? Australopithecus, okay? The genus of hominids. Okay, let's keep on going on here, and let's see what's going on here with the time frame. So you got hominin timeline. So you have here modern humans, modern speech, earliest clothes, earliest cooking, and they date this and they give this to Neanderthals. So you got earliest fire use, Homo erectus, Homo habilis from Africa, right? And let's keep on going. Oh, shit. Okay. And let's do some logical thinking here, right? Let's do some critical thinking. And this is where your God concept is going to come in at, because it's not matching up with the Bible. So it says here, now listen to this. Check this out. The oldest indirect evidence found of stone tool use is fossilized animal bones with tool marks. So they found stone tools used in fossilized animal bones with tool marks. These are 3.4 million years old and were found in the lower Awash Valley in Ethiopia. Archaeological discoveries in Kenya in 2015, identifying possibly the oldest known evidence of hominin use of tools to date, have indicated that Kenya Arthropus, they date this to 3.2 to 3.5 million years old, a hominin fossil discovered in Lake Kenya in 1989, may have been the earliest tool users known. So they have Kenya Arthropus 3.4 to 3.5 million years ago. And this is what they do. This is a skull, and they date this to 3.5 to 3.2 million years ago. So Negroes were here 3.5 million years ago. Wait a minute. Let's keep on going. The oldest stone tools were excavated from the site of Lomigwa 3 in West Turkana, northwest of Kenya, and date to 3.3 million years old. Prior to the discovery of these Lomigwian tools, the oldest known stone tools have been found at several sites at Gona, Ethiopia. And it says here that on the sediments of the Paleo Ashwas River, which served to date them, all the tools come from the Dima formation, which lies above a disconformity or missing layer, which would have been from 2.9 to 2.7 million years ago. The oldest site containing tools are dated to 2.6 to 2.5 million years ago. Let's keep on going. In 2018, last year, scientists reported the discovery in China of the oldest stone tools outside of Africa to 2.12 million years old. So you have stuff like this, and they call these people fragments of the Australopithecus, like this. Australopithecus is a 2.5 million year old species whose fossil was discovered in 1996 by a paleontologist research team. Okay, and they have it like this. So you mean to tell me these people can't talk? And who gives the white man the credit and the authority to name these people this stuff? Homo habilis. Homo habilis is a proposed archaic species of Homo, which lived roughly between 2.1 and 1.5 million years ago. Wait a minute. So these people are using stone tools to build stuff. Why would God wait all the way until 1350 BC to give Moses some commandments on how to conduct themselves? Get the hell out of here. These people ain't dumb. These are Negroes that lived 3.4 million years ago. Who gives them the right to say they can't talk and say they bipedal? They say they bipedal, and they you know what the scientists say? It's all that dumb stuff. They got stone. They got in another site in Bori, Ethiopia, roughly 3,000 stone artifacts have been found to have been estimated at 2.5 million years old. So we've been here for millions of years, black folks, and you tell me God gotta wait all the way until to 1350 BCE to get some funky ass commandments? Bullshit. Get the hell out of here. Bull. That's bullshit. I'm not going with that. You all can have that goddamn Bible. You can have it. Why would God wait millions of years later to give a group of people some commandments to live and govern by? When you got 3.5 million years ago to 4 million years ago, these people are using stone tools to build stuff? Here it is. This is the world's oldest freestanding structure. They using using stone to build stuff. You mean some of these people can't think? They can't talk? How you know they can't talk? You wasn't there. God, man, this is ridiculous. This is sad. This is sad. These people are predating papyrus paper. They're predating Sumerian clay tablets. So why would God wait all the way until 1350 BCE to give Moses some funky ass commandments and say, if you don't go by these commandments, you're gonna be cursed? Get the hell out of here. You predate paper. They cannot date niggas. They can't date us. They say that this word, nigga, is the oldest word of record in the world. The oldest word. So who to say that I cannot apply this word nigga, that I know it pertains to black people, back to the Stone Age? And they have metal to Stone Age with people building stuff with stone tools 3.4 to 4 million years ago. Negroes. And they have found that they find in skulls of the Kenya Arthropus is a 3.5 to 3.2 million old Pleistocene hominid. And they pull shit up like this and put them as a monkey because they don't want to be bold enough and brave enough to say that the hominid, this 3.5 million year old, is a black person, a Negro. And they put us on a pedestal with monkeys. When your own scientists say that your ass, you white Neanderthal, half man, half beast, is the closest genetic to monkeys. And they put shit out like this. The Australopithecus Homo sapiens, which emerged in an otherwise extinct Australopithecus that encompasses the extinct species Homo sapiens. And they draw stuff up like this. They paste it. They make this imagery, and they put this hair on him because they don't want to give him woolly hair because they just that ignorant. And they got his hair pressed out in the perm like he's in a hot comb. Get the fuck out of here. Look, man. Let's go back here. Let's go. Let's do this. You all can have that Bible. You can call me an atheist. I don't give a shit what you call me. I'm not dumb. I use my goddamn brain. This is sad. You got black folks dating back to 4.4 million years ago, and and God gotta wait till always to 1350 BCE to give out some funky ass commandments to show man how to govern and learn from right and wrong. And these people are not even using paper. They know how to build stuff. I guess they that ignorant, huh? They that dumb. Nearly all the ancient gods of old and the new world were black and had woolly hair. This is old. They say old. Old means something that's ancient, archaic. So this archaic person, this man, he's old. So in essence, this dude, this Australopithecus, this black man, it would be considered an old god. 3.5 to 3.2 million years ago. Nearly all the ancient gods of old and new were black and had woolly hair. Buckler says, quote, from the woolly texture of the hair, I am inclined to assign the Buddha of India, the Fuhai of China, the Zaha of the Japanese, and the Quetzalcoatl of the Mexican. You Mexicans, you Hispanics, you worship black folks as gods. The same, and indeed an African or rather a Nubian origin. In the Bible, God or the ancient days is described as having hair like wool, having hair like pure wool. Let's go here. I'm still waiting for somebody to answer the question. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. Who's writing for God? Who's writing for this nigga? if man has not been made, who's writing for him? Who is there to witness the Big Bang experience? Godfrey Higgins says we have found the black complexion or something relating to it whenever we have approached the origin of nations. The Mater, the goddess Multimami, the founders of the oracles, the men of first idols were always black. Venus, Jupiter, Apollo, Bacchus, Hercules, Ashtaroth, Adonis, Horus, Apis, Osiris, Amun. In short, all the wood and stone deities were black. They remain as they were first made. They remain as they were first made in very remote times. According to Sir E.A.W. Budge and others, most of the earliest Egyptian gods, as Ptah, the father of the gods, and Bes, god of war, mischief, and comedy, originated in Sudan, the land of the Negroes, from fetish to the god in the ancient, from fetish to God in ancient Egypt. The Greek gods were adaptations of the Egyptian ones, hence the earliest ones of Greece were also black. Ethiop is a title of Zeus, says Higgins. Zeus was father of the gods among the Greeks. There is every indication that the earliest gods of both the Old and New World were Negroes. Who is God? The black man and black woman is God. Niggas. Negroes. I just proven it. I just proven it. I just proven that quick. That fast. Black folks came up with the concept and idea of God. That's why you believe in God. Through pure imagination. 3.54 million years ago, they came up with this concept of God. And it's been passed on all the way down up until now. And you black folks, myself included, has been looking for God in the book the whole time you are God. You came up with the concept of God to believe in. It's imaginary. They made God up. So in your Bible, when it says God said this and God said that, your God didn't say a damn thing. Man said that to another man. God is talking for man because God is made up. This is facts. Don't ask, do the experiment. Ask God to speak. And if he doesn't speak, it's a problem. Because it's proven through scholars that black folks came up with the concept of God that you believe in. They came up with the concept of heaven and hell. Don't get mad at me. Why the hell are you getting mad at me? Don't quote no goddamn Bible verses. You predate Bible verses. You got a man here that's dated at 4 million years ago. He wouldn't know a damn thing about a Bible. At all. Whatsoever. He wasn't. This man that's dated back to 3.2 million years ago would not know anything about no damn Dead Sea Scrolls, or no Bible, or no Tanakh or Torah, no Ten Commandments. He predates that. If you show that to him and say, "Hey, look at this book," you're gonna find God in here. He's gonna look at you like, "What the hell? What the hell are you talking about? What you just say?" Let's read it again. So, in your Bible, God tells Moses to tell the children of Israel, don't eat this and don't eat that. Don't eat this type of food and don't eat that type of food, because if you do eat it, it's going to get you're going to get sick. Well, if you know that God is a man, and God has lived, they give the time frame 3.5 to 4 million years ago. Well, wouldn't it make logical sense that this dude has lived a long ass time? That lived a long time ago? would know the difference between what food is good to eat and what food is not good to eat through trial and error, through eating it and knowing that if I eat this food, it's going to get me sick. So if I eat this food, it get me sick, and I know the next time I eat it, it's going to get me sick, I'm not going to eat it anymore. Through observation, through trial and error, through experimentation. He wasn't born with this knowledge, he learned it. He had to learn this. When you go to school, you have to learn something. You're not zapped. Ain't nobody zapping you with some knowledge in your head. Bullshit. Come on, man. Wake up. Come on, man. You all are better than this. This is a test. You don't do nothing the Bible say do. It says study to show yourself approved. You don't do none of it. You out here faking it till you make it. You faking the funk. You can't tell me a goddamn thing. You can quote 30,000 million Bible verses, but guess what? You can't prove none of it. You can't prove who was talking about, who was written for, who came up with the concept of God, why you believe in God, do you even know who or what God is, what God is made of? You don't know nothing. All you know is, in the book of Acts, Paul said this, Paul said that. Paul is gone. Paul's not coming back. Paul did his due diligence. Paul lived his life. And who's writing for them niggas? When it says Jesus calmed the storm on the boat, and the disciples were scared. Who's writing for them niggas? Like somebody standing there watching and stuff and writing. Who's writing for these dudes? When it said Moses parted the Red Sea to get the Israelites across, because the Egyptians was following them. Well, who's writing for Moses? I'm quite sure if I was back in those times, I see Moses parting the Red Sea, and I see these Egyptians chasing my ass. I don't got time to write nothing down and document stuff. Like I'm a newscaster. I'm a journalist. Like I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. I'm documenting things down. I ain't got time for that shit. I gotta get my ass out of Dodge. So let's read it one more time. Like I said, you can unsubscribe my channel all you want. I don't give a damn. And I'm not going to change the way my tone of speech. None of that. I don't have time for your nonsense and foolishness. Let's read it again. My wife said all the time, the Bible's a Harry Potter book. You look for something to believe in. You don't even know what you believe in. When you believe in superstition, it's things you don't understand. That's that song Stevie Wonder came out with. And what this book just say? These black folks came up with a superstition. They came up with a superstition, and they were very imaginative. And they came up with a concept and a deity of a God who lives in the sky. When the whole time they made the whole damn thing up. And you Negroes and you people around the world don't even know that black folks came up with the concept of God. Why you believe in God? He don't give us no credit. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. The creation of religion and the concept of God in ancient Egypt, or the continent of Africa, or, for lack of terms, on the continent of Nigretia, Negro land, niggas. Niggas came up with this stuff. Stevie Wonder, very superstitious. Writings on the wall. You don't understand what's going on. Let's look at the lyrics. Very superstitious. What is the song saying? What's the words? Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Very superstitious. Ladder's about to fall. 13-month-old baby. Broke the looking glass. 7 years of bad luck. The good things of your past. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstitious ain't the way. Stevie Wonder made this song for a reason. He made this song for a reason. Very superstitious. What does superstitious mean? Look it up. superstitious, having or showing a belief in superstitions. What is superstitious? Mythical, irrational, illusory, unprovable, unfounded, credulous. Look these words up. God damn. This is sad, man. This is sad. You all need to be locked the hell up. You need to be put in an insane asylum. You need to let the people who was locked up in an insane asylum, you need to let them out, and you people need to be put on meds. You need to be put on medication. Because you don't know what the hell you believe in. Because that's the thing, it's the belief. You can crack a book open all day, all day long, and say, oh, this person said that. This person said that. Oh, reincarnation. Can you prove reincarnation real? Because anybody that died in your family has not come back and said, oh, this is what heaven and hell is like. Nobody. Nobody. So let's just use this example. If you want to talk about reincarnation, well, what happens when a person who develops Alzheimer's disease and they lose their memory? How they gonna remember something? They don't know. They can't remember nothing. Get the hell out of here. A goddamn shame. You people are gullible and you believe in anything. And I'm not taking down my old videos because I want you to see my progression on stage of where I come from, where I started from, and where I'm at right now. Let's look at it again. The creation of religion and the concept of God in ancient Egypt, or Negro land, or Nigritia, or the so-called continent of Africa. Today, the name of God is a household word in every religion and language around the world. Even people that do not believe in God and religion have the concept of God in the recess, or recess means the back of your mind, and disbeliefs. Most Christians do not know how this God came to be because the apostolic fathers of Christianity, meaning these white people, never wanted it to be known that the foundational concept of God was conceived by black people that were the ancient Egyptians, or Negroes. Negroes came with the concept of God. That's why you believe in God. This Jew, Peter Eckler, points out that a group of ancient, imaginative, and superstitious people created the system of religion that still mystifies the greatest religious minds of the civilized world today. Guess who these ancient, imaginative, and superstitious people were? They were black people. They were Negroes. They were niggas. Niggas. It's you. You the reason that people believe in God. I don't gotta believe in your God because I made him up. My ancestors made his ass up. Don't get pissed off at me. Take it up with them. They did it. They left the records behind. But you fools, you ignorant Negroes, and you other people around the world don't want to believe, don't want to do no damn research. Oh, my God is better than your God. Oh, if you don't do what this God says, he's going to strike you down. It's a million names for God. And guess what? All of them, each and every one is made up. All of them. Let's go back here. I got to get out of here. Ethiopians, that is Negroes, gave to the world the first idea of right and wrong, and thus laid the basis of religion and of all true culture of right and wrong, and thus laid the basis of religion. Ethiopians, that is Negroes, gave the world the first idea of right and wrong, and thus laid the base of religion and of all true culture and civilization. With that being said, peace, peace, peace. Please, think for yourselves. Think.